Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel. And so guys, we will continue from where we had left in our previous part. So this will be the part 6. Alright guys, so now we will as you know that we had done the XML file of this activity subcategory. Okay, so now we are going to write the code for the Java file of this subcategory activity. So in here, first of all, we have to bind some the views which we have there. For example, we have the toolbar, we have the recycler view and the floating action button. So for here we can say bind view, and we have r.id.toolbar. There we have this toolbar, and then we have the r.id.recycler view subcategory, and we have the recycler view. Alright, and then we can say string okay. So before that, let me just have the okay, so now we as you know that we had sent the category ID to this activity, so now we have to receive the ID. So for this we can say string category ID, and inside here our on create method we are going to write the code for the intent. So there we can say get the cat ID equal to get intent dot get string extra, and here we are going to write category ID. And okay, so now after this we now need to have an adapter for our recycler view, but for that let me just initialize the recycler view as recycler view dot set has fixed size. We have to mark it to true. Recycler view dot set layout manager, new linear layout manager, and we have to pass on this. And finally now we need to have an adapter for our subcategory. So for that let me just copy the category adapter here, and let me write category subcategory adapter. Okay, so now we have this subcategory adapter class here, and we have to change everything. So now let me just remove this because we don't need right now. And after this we have this view dot adapter subcategory view holder category view holder. So here we can rename it as subcategory view holder. Okay, just we have to paste it here, and let me have it like this. Then also here we have to change from everywhere. Alright, so after this we have to change this category to subcategory. So here we can say subcategory, and similarly we will just copy it everywhere. Subcategory get subtitle array list category. We have the, let me just rename it as array list, refactor rename array list subcategory. Okay, so now we have this array list subcategory here everywhere, and after this we have to go back to our activity file, and here first of all we can say toolbar dot set title, and here we can say subcategories, and then we can say set support action bar, and we have to pass on our toolbar here. Alright, and after this we have to initialize our array list. So for this we can say array list of type subcategory array list equal to new array list, and then we can have the database helper class because we have to initialize it. And after this we can say it like db helper equal to new database helper, and into this we have to pass on this. Alright, so after this we have to, okay, so now we have to get the data into our array list, and then we will pass our array list to our adapter. Alright, so let me just okay, so after this what we are going to do is we can simply say array list dot add all, and in here we have to pass on helper dot get all subcategories, and in here we have to pass on the category ID, because we have to only display based on the that particular category. Okay, so after this we have to initialize our adapter now, so we can say subcategory adapter, and we can just rename it as adapter, and then we can say adapter equal to new subcategory adapter. Then in here we have to pass on this, and finally our array list. Okay, and then we can say recycled view dot set adapter, and in here we have to pass on the adapter object here. Alright, so after this, after we have this okay, now we have to write the function for the get all sub categories. So in here click create method, and here we will have this method here. Okay, so now it's wrong, we don't need this, so let me just go here get all categories, and we will just copy this method and we will paste it like here, and instead of this category we have to write subcategory, and then we can say get all subcategories. Alright, and also for the subcategory we can have subcat, then we can just paste it here, and then here we also have to change this for the subcategory. Okay, so now we will change our coding. So here what we need to do is, let me show you. In here first of all we have to pass on our string category ID, and then we can have this array list here, then we have this db dot this dot get readable database, and then we have the query here, and this we will need to change this query, and after this move to first do string category ID. First of all we need the category, or we can say subcat ID first of all. Okay, let me just remove it. So we can say subcategory ID equal to this, then we have the sub title here, then we will have the category ID. So for this we can say string category ID equal to cursor dot get string, and we have to pass on 2 here. Okay, so after this let me just write it here, and after this we have to just copy it instead of this, and then for the title, and then for the category ID. Okay, so in this way our issue is gone, but here we have to use the subcategory. All right, so that was the code for our this for the get all subcategories. All right, so now we have to change our query. So first of all, we will go into our my constant, and then in here what we have to do is we have to use the okay, so here we can say public static string, and we have the category sub id equal to sub id. Then we will have public static string category subtitle equal to subtitle. Okay, and after this we will have the create table query. So for this, let me just copy it here, or I think I can write it like this: string SQL create entries subcat. And in here we have to write create table, and we have to write plus. Okay, but before that we have to change this also. We have to write the code. So for this we can say public static string table name subcategory. Then we have the public static string table subcat id equal to, and let me see where we had done it inside our database. Sorry, okay, so we have the sub id here, then we have the subtitle, and then we have the public static where is the subcategory model. Okay, so we have the id, we have the subtitle. Okay, let me write subcat id subtitle and category id. So sub id, let me write like this. So let me write it like this, and we will have public static string table subtitle, and the subtitle will be like this. And for the ID we can say category ID. Alright, so after this we are going to write the query. So we can say public static string SQL create entries subcat equal to. Okay, so here we will have create table, and then we will have the table name. So we can say table name sub category, then we will have plus category sub ID, and then we have to write integer primary key auto increment comma, and then we can say category subtitle, and it will be of type text. Then we will have category ID integer, but it will be foreign key, and here we can say cat ID references, and then we can say plus table category plus ID. So that's it. Alright guys, so this is the query which we have to run it, and after this we can just say public static string subcat drop equal to drop table if exists table name sub category. Alright, that was the it for now. So we will continue in our next part of the video. So guys, if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and good